Hello fans, Maximum Alert. Be the first to know about this urgent information. First of all, welcome to this Detroit Lions update. You are in the right place. Before continuing, help the channel with your like, and if you are just arriving, take the opportunity to subscribe. Now get ready because today we have exclusive news about our team and you cannot miss any detail. Let's go. The Detroit Lions have made it clear since the start of the offseason that they are not messing around when it comes to strengthening their secondary. The team knows that in order to compete in the playoffs and take the next step towards the Super Bowl, it is essential to have a solid and reliable defense, especially against the passing game. That is why they made bold decisions. DJ Reed arrived to take over the one cornerback spot, replacing Carlton Davis. In addition, Rock Ya-Sin and Avonte Maddox were added to the roster as experienced veterans ready to contribute from the first snap. With this trio, the Lions have already taken a big step towards correcting past mistakes, but the plan does not stop there, and the April draft could be the next piece of that puzzle, even with this avalanche of signings. Make no mistake, the Detroit Lions can, and probably will, still look for a cornerback in the later rounds of the draft. General Manager Brad Holmes has shown over the years that he knows how to find value on days 2 and 3, where many talents go unnoticed, and that's exactly where a name that may surprise many comes in. Mello Dotson, cornerback from the University of Kansas. He may not be in the headlines like the big names in the first round, but those who follow the tape know that Dotson is a true playmaker. At 6 feet 1 inch and 185 pounds, the player combines an ideal physique with refined instincts, being especially effective in zone coverage schemes, which fits perfectly with the defensive style of Lions coordinator Aaron Glenn. During his time with the Jayhawks, Dotson did something few can: turn defense into offense. In his college career, he accumulated 12 interceptions, and 4 of them were returned for touchdowns, an absolutely impressive number, which shows his ability to read the quarterback, attack the ball at the right time, and, above all, finish the play. In the 2024 season alone, he recorded 5 interceptions, including the pick sixes, and led the team with 7 pass breakups. It's no wonder he was named a first-team All-Big 12 selection and had an overall grade of 77.1 from Pro Football Focus, with a highlight being his coverage rating, 78.3 on 427 snaps. These numbers don't lie. They paint the picture of a player with real potential to make an impact in the NFL, especially in specific situations such as third downs or zone defensive packages, but as with any late-round prospect, there are points of concern. Dotson doesn't have the ideal speed to cover explosive receivers in man-to-man coverage. His 4.59-second 40-yard dash time, recorded at the combine, raises red flags, especially when coverage requires him to react in depth or follow vertical routes. In addition, his ability to recover from broken plays still needs to improve. Against elite wide receivers, those seconds can be the difference between a deflected ball and a touchdown. However, these aspects do not negate his value. Quite the contrary, they simply better define the type of situations in which he can be used, and with the right coaching, he has everything to minimize those deficiencies. According to Ryan Fowler of the Draft Network, Mello Dotson is a typical player who may not impress in physical tests, but makes up for it with playmaking intelligence, maturity, and an innate ability to generate turnovers. His reactive movement is elite, and is always going for the ball mentality makes him a valuable asset to any defense that uses a zone system. In the right scheme, with time to develop and a well-defined role, he has all the tools to become a reliable rotational cornerback, someone who can step in and make a difference in specific moments. That's exactly the kind of value you look for in the later rounds of the draft, a player with a technical ceiling but with enough floor to contribute early. Given all of this, it makes perfect sense that Mello Dotson's name is on Brad Holmes' radar. The Detroit Lions need depth, yes, but they also need players who can bring that something extra, even if in limited roles. And Dotson offers that. He may not be the next Sauce Gardner, but he has the instincts and aggression of someone who can change the course of a game with one well-timed play. If the Lions can select him on day 3, it will be yet another smart and strategic choice from a GM who has proven year after year that he can find gold where others see only sand. The Detroit Lions are still preparing for the draft, but while the clock has yet to officially start ticking, the team may be about to make a strategic move away from the spotlight. With the prospect class still being evaluated and the possibilities open, there is a chance to add an experienced player who, above all, would not cost precious draft picks. This possible solution goes by the name of DeMarcus Walker, a pass rusher who could be exactly what Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes are, looking forward to strengthen the roster before the big day. And the important detail, he already had a meeting with the team last week, which indicates that the move is serious, while the Lions' defense received special attention during the offseason, especially in the secondary with important reinforcements. In the cornerback group, the same cannot be said for the defensive line in terms of pass rush. The expectation was that some important addition would arrive to share the responsibility with Aidan Hutchinson, but so far that has not happened. DeMarcus Walker, who has played for the Broncos, Titans, and Bears, appears to be a mature solution. With proven ability, he has 26.5 sacks, 191 tackles, and 71 quarterback hits throughout his career. Solid numbers for a player who still has gas in the tank and can contribute without needing to be the main star, according to ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler. Walker met with the Lions and then also had a visit scheduled with the New York Giants, which shows that he is still coveted on the market. At 30 years old, he is in the ideal age range to provide consistency and leadership Detroit, which seeks not only raw talent but also a winning mentality, sees this type of player as a way to fill gaps without compromising the development of young talent. And in this context, Walker's fit seems more than logical. He could be the complementary piece that was missing in this system. Of course, when we talk about strengthening the defensive line, it is inevitable that Trey Hendrickson's name will come up. The Cincinnati Bengals player is among the best available, but so far there are no signs of real negotiations between the franchises. In practice, this means that Lions fans should start to accept that a big move probably won't come by a trade. Instead, the board may be betting on a more balanced model, a young talent coming from the draft accompanied by veterans like Marcus Davenport, who is looking to recover, and, who knows, DeMarcus Walker as another pillar of safety. During his time with the Broncos and Titans, Walker showed versatility and efficiency when used in smart tactical schemes, which makes him a valuable name for specific pressure roles. With the Bears, as a starter, his numbers were more discreet, with 6.5 sacks in 2 seasons, which reinforces the idea that he should not be seen as the main engine of the pass rush, but rather as a cog that can enhance the whole. That ability to adapt and deliver on time could be essential to the kind of rotation Aaron Glenn wants to build. Strategically speaking, imagining a draft where Detroit drafts a promising pass rusher and pairs him with Hutchinson with support from Davenport and Walker completely changes the perspective on this defensive line. It would be a combination of youth, explosiveness, and experience. And most importantly, a unit capable of staying stable throughout the season, even in the face of injuries or natural fluctuations. The 2025 offseason isn't over yet, but the moves the Lions make now could determine how solid the team is when the ball starts flying in the fall. And if DeMarcus Walker is indeed the next name to don the blue and silver, this addition could end up being one of the smartest and most understated of the year. Do you think the Lions should sign DeMarcus Walker before the draft, or would it be better to go all in on a young pass rusher coming straight out of the first round? In my view, adding a veteran like Walker would be a smart strategic move. He doesn't have to be the guy who changes the game on his own, but he can be that reliable player who helps stabilize the rotation and give talents like Hutchinson the freedom to shine even more. In a season where the Lions are thinking about the Super Bowl, every piece needs to make sense, and Walker could be exactly that complementary piece that was missing. Now, I want to hear from you. Fans, what would you do if you were in Brad Holmes' shoes? Leave your opinions down in the comments. I want to see the debate between your opinions. I will like each comment and the best will appear here in the next video. Don't forget to leave your like. See you soon.